everyone, and welcome to Storytime. I'm Miss Morgan, and today we're going to be reading a very enchanted fairy tale. Child of Faerie, written by Jane Yolen, illustrated by Jane Dyer. He was a child of fairy folk, a child of sky and air, and she was a child of humankind, of earth and toil and care. They met in the dusk of Hallows Eve, when widows grieve and widows weave. They met in the dark of Hallows Eve. She had flowers in her hair. And where do you go, O child of earth? Oh, why do you wander here? Are you not afraid of the fairy race, whose castles are so near? My mama says there's no such thing as fairy wing and elven ring. She says there's never been such thing, and I should have no fear. He took her by her dirt-soiled hand and led her to his hall. He showed her brownies and bogles and sprites and elven folk and all. She ate the grass, she drank the dew, the fairy brew of rainbow hue. She danced all night with elven crew and didn't sleep at all. Oh, stay with me, dear human child, become a child of night. We'll dance between the hollow hills, bedecked in candlelight. And ever after Halloween, clothed all in green, my fairy queen, you'll be the loveliest ever seen, the elven court's delight. She looked around the fairy hall beneath the hollow hill, and all the glamour round her spun to bend her to his will. But with a sigh she shook her head. That's not my bread and drink, she said. I cannot on your food be fed, and still my needs fulfill. But since I've danced with you this night, this day you dance with me. She took him by his grass-green sleeve and led him over lea. She led him down the farmyard road, past meadows mowed and gardens hoed. She led him over the human road, and full of awe was he. They stroked the cat, they milked the cow, they fed each chick and hen. He marveled at the sounds and smells of barn and yard and pen. He drank cold milk and ate brown bread. He made a bed, he cleaned a shed. He followed everywhere she led, then round about again. Oh, stay with me, dear fairy child, and live here on the land. We'll till the soil, we'll plow the field, we'll harvest hand in hand. The night is fair, but day is best, so be my guest, forget the rest. And on her suit she pressed, with strong and sure demand. He looked around the human world, a world of golden brown, a world where farmyard turns to village, village into town, a world of colors pure and bright, of open sight, of warm sunlight, unlike the shadowed world of night, of moon and thistle down. He thought about the fairy halls, the fairy queens and kings. He thought about the cold, cold stars that shone on fairy rings. I miss my own, I cannot stay. You work, I play, I must away. I'll keep the night, and you keep the day. He stretched translucent wings. Oh wait, she cried to him. At least a gift I'll give, reminding you that here above is where a friend does live. And through the daylight world again, past denizen of barn and pen, she tracked past horse and cow and hen to find a gift to give. At last she found a fresh hen's egg, a gift of humankind, so he'd remember earth and toil when he'd left both behind. Then in return he touched the shell, and with a spell of fare thee well, extracted from the fragile shell a feather to remind. I give you this that comes from that, the fairy child replied. that egg and feather both shall serve as token and as guide, that we may both go arm in arm, and fear no harm, nor take alarm, when visiting in hall or farm, or other lands beside. The gifts exchanged, they each went back to homes they loved full well, but now and then they visited, helped by a fairy spell, and through the years flew quickly past. They were friends fast from first to last, which left all skeptics flabbergasted at how they did so well. So if one lucky Hallows Eve you hear the nightbirds sing, and see a child of fairy guise with bright and gauzy wing, a flutter in a moonlight glade, and all arrayed in silver shade, behold, be brave, be unafraid, and join that fairy ring. Thank you guys so much for joining me for Storytime this week. I hope you guys had a magical time. I know I did. And don't forget to check out Miss Debbie and Miss Erica's Storytimes on Tuesday. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.